sizzling summer series. I'm here with Cannabis. Cannabis, you have anything to say to your fans?
Yeah, I want to shout my fans out, let them know 2000 BC before Canibus drops in a couple hours, so make sure you go get that. It's berserk.
Okay, so your release party tonight, are you going to be performing?
I performed this past Saturday at a club called Speed in New York, but we got a couple release parties set up like across like North America. I just got off a promo tour. That started on June 12th,
okay.
And we started in Connecticut, worked our way down, went to Boston, D.C., Baltimore, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Atlanta, Miami, L.A., the Bay Area, and I wanted to go to Chicago and Detroit, but we didn't get a chance. But we're gonna do like some album release parties, and we're gonna do some shows in those areas right after the album drops.
Okay, are you doing any like record signing places in New York?
Yeah, I'm not sure. See, it's difficult for me to know exactly what's up next because the schedule just goes on and on. So I just do it as it comes to me. Like whoever they tell me, well, you gotta be in the Bronx in an hour, then that's what we do.
Okay.
But I do know that the label has some things scheduled tomorrow,
okay.
Signings and stuff.
All right. So what should your fans expect from your CD?
This new album right here, I would say that I named it 2000 BC for a reason. 2000 is for the date. BC stands for Before Canibus, which was the title of the first album. So that means that all that rawness, ruggedness that they was hearing on mixtapes, blend tapes, guest appearances, that vibe exists on this album.
Okay, so is there are there any artists that you worked with on this CD that really you really wanted to work with on this?
Yeah, absolutely. I stepped it up crazy with the album in terms of the production, because the production is what was what was lacking on the first album was the tighter production. So I stepped that up on this album. I got Beat Nuts on this album.
No doubt.
Top Fife did the record 2000 BC, which is the title track, plus a record called Die Slow, featuring an up-and-coming artist from Philly called Journalist. And Irv Gotti hit me with some heat. He did a record called Lost at Sea. DJ Clue did the record with me and Rakim.
Okay.
18th Letter, Tearing It Down. And then I got the Horsemen on it. That's Roz Cobb, Killer Priest, Corrupt, Pharaoh March.
Okay, no doubt. Do you think this album will outdo your other albums?
I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, my last album went gold. And as far as sales, I'm not really concerned with the sales as much as I'm concerned with the taste in people's mouth, particularly my fans.
Okay.
And this album right here is everything that the first album should have been in terms of production. The rhymes is there. The rhymes in this album is just as wicked as the first, if not wickeder. But it's the production. I stepped it up with the production, and that's basically that's my main focus is to get an album out there that people can bump in their Jeeps. You know what I'm saying? The real neck snappers, and the killer choruses, and the rhymes from an all-star lineup with lyricists.
Okay.
And I start this Horseman project in 6 weeks.
Okay. What CDs are on your deck right now?
Of course, I got Rakim in there. I got the old school G-Rap, like some cool G-Rap joints. I got Buckshot in there when they did first Black Moon. I got Nas, Illmatic. I got Pharaoh in there, and I got Priest in there.
What about
and Corrupt. I got Corrupt in there.
What about the females?
All right, Roz. Female MCs right now, ain't none of them out there really moving me. You know what I'm saying? The ones on the up and coming, I like Sonya Blade. You know what I'm saying? There's a girl called Free. She appeared on my first album. She get busy, but besides that, it ain't really too many females that I'm really, it's moving me like that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I mean, we was on a promo tour in the van. We was listening to a Trina CD, and it was a clean version. So it was difficult to get into it because every time she say something to get your dick hard, they bleep it out. So what's the fucking point? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I ain't no chicks out there really moving me right now.
So there's no one that you'd want to work with or rhyme with?
I mean, like I said, I like Sonya Blade, but I did some with her already.
Right.
I like Free, but I did some with her already. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I always like Lauren, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I mean? She's doing her thing. So, I mean, it ain't really about the gender thing, man. It's just about the lyrics and rocking. That's really all I'm concerned about.
Right. So, did you do a track with 8 Ball on MDJ and KR. It's called Don't Flex.
Nah, I did a record with 8 Ball, MGJ. I think it was just 8 Balls. A record called it was the Pure Uncut remix. Did a video for it, but not the one that I was on. I did a remix with him.
Okay, so where can you hear it?
Where can you hear that record?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, my bad. Who's the best rapper in your opinion, apart from yourself?
I wouldn't call myself the best MC, the best rapper, because everybody feels different things. You know what I mean? I would say that in terms of what I talk about and what I do, like I am unique. All the artists that appeared on my album are pretty much like my favorite artists, you know what I mean? And you know, in addition to artists like G-Rap, you know what I mean? I just did something with Cool G-Rap and MOP for Doo-Wop's album, coming out on Universal later on this year.
Okay, so your top 5 would be?
Top 5, it's hard to say, man, because every artist is different. And even if I give you my top 5, like, that's not my top 5 because I listen to all these different artists. You know what I mean? Like I said, I named them: Rakim, G-Rap, Roscoe, Killer Priest, Corrupt, Pharoah Monch. Just on the Sway and Tech show the other day, I heard Super Nat on this thing that he did for a show. And Super Nat can rip a show, but he's not really an artist with an album out. You know what I'm saying? But he can rip a show. Like, he'll tell people, listen, I want everybody to dig in their pockets and hand me something, and I'm gonna close my eyes, and whatever you hand me, like, I'm gonna rhyme about it. Like, he does things that's incredible on stage. But like I said, coming out with an album for him is hard. So he is one of my favorite artists when it comes to just on stage freestyling like that. I like Juice. You know what I'm saying? You know, artists like that. I get into artists like that, but I get into them for different reasons.
Okay. So are you gonna go check Pharoah Monch out tomorrow? So where's Land? I know it's your release, but
where's Roland at?
I
know. What time? The Spit Kickers. Yeah, I was supposed to be on that tour, man, and I don't know what happened, man. Carl Lewis was saying that there was no room for me or anything like that, so I'm not gonna go by that show. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna go support that show.
Okay. Are you ever gonna do anything with the Lost Boys again?
Well, Mr. Cheeks is just working on his solo album. Finished it. I'm probably gonna hop on a remix or something.
Okay.
You know, he recorded some of it in Atlanta, and at the time, like, I was running around doing my thing. So I mean, whatever Cheeks needs, I'm there.
Okay, so see yourself like in the future after this CD comes out? What's your next step?
Well, I'm taking it a day at a time, man. There was a time when I used to look like real far into the future in terms like, say, yo, I want to rock with this artist. I want to do a record with this guy. I want to get out here. And that's really changed. I pretty much rock with everybody that inspires me. You know what I mean? So at this point in the game, I'm just really trying to create my own movement. And that's why I'm going to start this Horseman Project in a couple weeks, about 6 weeks.
You want to tell us about that?
The Horseman Project consists of Roscoe, Killer Priest, Corrupt, Pharoah Monch, myself. I added Lottie B and Danger Mouth to the lineup. I also added these kids from Fayetteville, Fayetteville, North Carolina. They called Bomb Shelter. They get real busy. I'm gonna add them to the lineup. I'm not adding them all by myself. It's pretty much a group thing. Like, I'll go to Roz and Rupp and Priest and be like, what do you think? And they'll tell me, yeah, I like some. So we all put them in the crew. You know what I mean?
Okay, so. Okay, so tell me, the ladies want to know, I ask this to every guy I interview, boxers and briefs.
Boxers, yo.
Why?
Because I throw them away after I wear them. I don't wash, like, I don't wash clothes. You know, like, if I'm not if I don't, it's funny, man. It's funny. No, hold on, listen, it's funny. It's funny. Because if I don't, if I'm like, especially like now I'm on the road, like, I just run to the Gap or whatever store we in, and I'll buy like a 6-pack of boxers, and I'll just buy, you know, I spend like $100, get $100 worth, and I'll just wear them, and as I wear them, you know what I'm saying, I take them off, throw them away, because I don't have time to wash them.
I hear you.
So they're convenient.
You wash your own clothes?
Man, nah, man, I don't know. I really, it's difficult. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm wearing some Timbs and they get scuffed, I can't sit there and try and get them out. I just gotta get rid of them and get a new pair.
Buy a new pair, right?
Yeah.
So when you coming out with the new video?
I'm trying to, I'm working on it right now. I'm trying to get the label to give me another video. You know what I'm saying?
And which single? Which song?
I want to tell everybody, but it's going to be such a surprise. I want to just keep it on the low because it was what I wanted to do the first time, and I had to switch and do another video to another record. Okay. And you know, I want to keep it low, but if I get the opportunity to do this video, it's going to really bang. It's going to really bang people in the heads, yo.
Yeah, when's the expected date? Do you have any idea?
I have no fucking idea, man. It's all a label thing, yo.
Okay, so what's your next single you're going to release then? Or is that...
That's also...
that all hand in hand?
It's all tentative with the video because I want to get this video. I get the video, it's over.
You don't want to let your fans have a little, like, sneak peek at what you're going to do?
It ain't about giving them a sneak peek because they've been bootlegging my shit for about 2 months now, and I know that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like... Yeah, and I didn't give nobody a sneak peek. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do. So it's like they get the information anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not going to front. I'm not mad at people for bootlegging because if you love an artist that much or you want to hear an artist that bad and it's available, then there it is. You know what I'm saying? What it is that, you know, it does hurt. It does hurt an artist if you bootleg the music and you just randomly pass it out.
Right.
And you know, like my first week comes out and record labels are so caught up on what a first week should look like for certain artists that if the first week is missing 50,000 because 50,000 in bootlegs or 20,000, like every little bit helps. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
And I'm not mad at them, but you know what I'm saying? I do feel like, you know, like if you care about cannabis, then definitely go out there and buy that album. You know, whether you want to bootleg it or not is up to you, but definitely go out there and cop that album. Because I know when Nas first came out with Illmatic, I had 7 copies of Nas's album. I mean 7 records off the album. I had 7 copies, but I still went and bought it the first day.
I hear you. So, I heard you had beef with some artists on King Latifah's Flavor Unit label. Is that true?
That doesn't make any sense. I don't even know. And King Latifah, I thought it was Queen Latifah.
I know, right?
So the question ain't coming through right. Get your questions right, man.
That was Spade Caesar. Will you work with Eminem? Next question.
You know...
Would you like to? Think of him.
I think Eminem, I think he can rhyme. I think he can rhyme his ass off. At this point in the game, from the other side of the fence, like the fans probably look at it and they say, damn, I want to see both of these artists work together.
Right.
And I would like to work with him, but really that's his call. Because like he's the one that's like, you know, the world is his right now. Totally. So it's really up to him to make that call, you know? Because I'm sure that he's probably got a million people reaching out to him right now to do records with him.
I hear you.
You know?
If you had the opportunity, you'd go for it then?
I mean, yeah, but he got to make that call. Like, I'm not making no calls, you know what I'm saying? That's not my style. I've never been like that, and I'm not going to start that now. Okay. You know, I've rocked with everybody that has inspired me coming up in terms of, like, niggas that I used to look up to. I rocked with them all. I rocked with all of the best. You know what I'm saying? So everybody coming out now that's new is new.
Right.
And I don't have no reason to sit here and want to rock with somebody brand new.
Okay. Let's see. I read that Def Jam asked LL Cool J if he wants to work with you on his new album. His reply was, never. I'll just record 3 songs, aiming disses at him. How do you feel about that? Will you respond to LL's new diss?
I look at it like this, man. I did Second Round Knockout. I pretty much addressed everything that I had to say about the issue.
Right.
And it's like it's over with. Like, I could sleep at night. Like, when he does 3 more records, and from what I understand, he had done 2 records before. So basically, he's got like 5 records out there in the mix about me. That's telling me that he still can't sleep at night, which is, you know what I'm saying, which is cool. You know what I mean? If he still can't sleep and he got to make 10 more records, and let him do it. But I said everything I had to say on Second Round Knockout. I mean, what am I going to talk about now?
You was to squash.
Yeah, it's nothing. Right? I mean, I'm not going to say it's squash because squash means that I'm going to go over to his house and eat dinner with him.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not going to do that.
Right.
But I'm not going to waste any more of my energy and my time in that. You know what I'm saying? Because I came out in 1996 and, you know, on the Music Makes Me High remix with Lost Boys and Dog Pound. And ever since then, I've been doing music to hold hip-hop down. You know what I'm saying? second round knockout, like I held it down, and I was holding it down for hip-hop, you know what I'm saying? Every record that I've ever done, man, I've been doing it to hold hip-hop down, and that's all I care about. I don't care about, you know, creating drama to sell records, man. That's what I think they're trying to do. I think Def Jam is trying to sell records. They don't know what to do exactly with him,
right.
So they trying to find a way for him to, you know, sell albums.
So you're gonna buy his new CD when it comes out? Fantastic Four on that Brian McKnight song.
You know what's ill? It was first done for Fantastic for Brian McKnight.
Right.
It was first done on Brian McKnight, and then they put Kobe on it.
Right.
And they left my verse on the reel and never put my verse out. So then I said, yo, man, I'm gonna just put it on the Fantastic Four. It happens like that sometimes. When you record records, if an artist doesn't want to use your record,
right.
then use your vocals, then I don't want to waste hot vocals on nothing.
Exactly.
So I put it on something.
Okay.
But I mean, I don't even know how the Brian McKnight record leaked. There it is again. You know what I'm saying? Like, records get leaked, man. And I think it's some of these studio engineers, like, they're on the internet all the time and they work for these studios and they know that records are on reels and they record it on a DAT, and then they take it away from the studio and they put it on the internet.
Definitely, your CD was on the internet for like 2 weeks ago.
And I know how that probably happened. That probably happened because with Universal, like my public relations, the person who's in charge of PR up there for me, like if they send out an album,
right.
And a writer gets the album, he's listening to the album, he grades the album.
Right.
If he doesn't like me, then he's going to give me a bad write-up, first of all, and then secondly, he's going to take my album and probably just upload it or give it away. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's probably how my album got out. Because the version that's out, the bootleg version that's out, is the version that was given before it was, like, mastered and, you know, totally mastered and everything.
So it went way back then.
Yeah. And I got, like, 2 more records on there that's not on the...
So everyone go out and buy a CD. You're missing 2 tracks.
I mean, you know, buy it regardless, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so what do you listen to outside of hip-hop?
Really not that much outside. Hip-hop is my life, man. All my goals, my dreams, everything that I ever wanted to do in life and everything that I want to do, I realized that it's possible through the music. So, you know, it's pretty much like the nucleus for me. It's the heartbeat for me.
What? You don't like NSYNC? Let me find out. I'm just joking. But for real, like, when you're sitting down and, you know, you're writing your lyrics and everything, what do you have, like, do you feel like you're a storyteller, or do you, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you come up with your rhymes?
I'm not really a storyteller. Like, I would say, like, a storyteller. Like, when Nas first came out, he was a storyteller.
Right.
Cool G Rap is good at telling stories. Even on Juice, Rakim told a story on Know the Last, that record on Juice. Priest is incredible. Killer Priest is incredible at telling stories.
Right.
I mean, I'm capable of telling stories, but I'm more of an artist that, like, rhyme for me consists of all these different elements, like biology, psychology, theology, geology, trigonometry, like all the ologies and nometries, they're all there, and I just put them all into one and I just rhyme.
Okay, so it's like straight from the heart, basically?
It definitely is from the heart, and it's from the mind, and it's just a combination of things that people have probably never heard before. I definitely know that no matter how much I might like an artist and how much I might listen to them, if they don't influence me, I don't sit down and talk like that artist or rhyme like that artist. As a matter of fact, everything that I hear somebody say, I say something that they haven't said like that, and that's ill when you can listen to somebody that's already crazy with rhymes, listen to them and then not say anything that they said, which is pretty much how it is on my album with that Horseman track.
Okay.
We all got on the record, we all nice, extremely nice, but as nice as we are, and as much as we like to sit there and hear each other when we get in the booth, like when Priest gets in the booth, I just sit there and listen because I want to hear what Killer's going to say.
Exactly.
When Roz gets in the booth, I want to hear what he's going to say. And then we could sit there and do that for days, and still nobody ends up saying what the other artist has said. You know what I'm saying? And that's tight.
It's a beautiful thing.
That's tight when you can record like that. It's not like some of these other groups that get on and the only difference when they rhyming is that one got a blue 600, you know, a sky blue 600 or baby blue 600 Benz, and the other one got like a black one. You know what I'm saying? Or one got AMG rims and the other got, you know what I'm saying, got motor. You know what I'm saying? Like that's corny to me. Or one got a Rolex and the other one got like a iced out Rolex. Like that's stupid shit.
Right.
And I don't rhyme about that shit.
All right. So what can we find you doing if you're not rapping?
Thinking about what I'm going to be doing when I am rapping.
So basically your whole life revolves around
it really does,
your art.
man. It really does, you know. There are times when you know, I attempted to, you know, maybe like find hobbies, you know what I'm saying, like getting a telescope. You know what I'm saying?
Astrology?
Yeah. Well, it's astronomy.
Okay.
Yeah, astronomy. There were times when I you know, I bought telescopes. You know what I'm saying? I got a shitload of digital cameras. Like I was taking pictures for a second, but none of those hobbies match to when I'm rhyming. So I just end up always going back to the rhyme.
Right.
Like all I do is I'll get a telescope and I'll read up on astronomy for a minute, and I'll just end up taking some of those principles and putting them in a rhyme. See what I'm saying? So everything for me always goes back to the rhyme.
So that's like what you feel like you were put on this earth to do.
Pretty much so. Like if somebody wants to hear something that maybe they, you know, I sit there and I'm not a genius. I'm not a rocket scientist, but I will apply principles from, you know, I sit there and talk about something that's mathematically correct and then put it in a rhyme.
All right.
And then I sit there and take a biology term and put it in a rhyme. I'm not doing it to say that I'm some kind of a rocket scientist. I just do it because that's flavorful.
Right.
Because you got kids out there that go to college that, you know what I'm saying, they study in certain things, and they hear somebody like me rhyme that way, it's attractive to them. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so let's see. Lance,
I want to give a shout out to the Asian community. You know, because I got the cover of a Japanese magazine called Woofin',
no doubt.
and I saw it, and I really, that shit is dope. For real, that's dope. That's dope, because over there in Japan, from what I understand, they really like my music over there.
Yeah, hip-hop is huge in Asia right now.
Well, it's not just hip-hop. I mean, hip-hop is hip-hop, but just for them to feel me, you know what I'm saying, because in North America, hip-hop is just everything.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And for me to get like the cover of a magazine that's equivalent to the source over there, that means a lot.
Okay, so what sort of education do you have? Question from Lance.
School, like if you want to say school-wise, you know, schooling-wise, you know, I got a high school diploma, and then I went on to do 3 years of college. I did 3 years of computer science.
Okay.
1 year of I was getting into the allied health field doing radiology, and you know, I interned for a while at the MRI center. That's magnetic resonance imaging. Which basically we dealt with veterans from the war. Like if they had tumors or anything like that, we put them into the MRI. The magnet would tell whether, you know, the tumor was in the brain or whether it was in the body and how big it was. And you know, my schooling has pretty much been like, you know, biology things, you know, something dealing with biology. Even when I did computer science, I did a couple of, you know, the C++, you know, at the time was COBOL, a little bit of programming, but I never loved that. I loved rhyming.
Right. So you don't see yourself going back in the future just to get the, you know, I mean, you have so much already.
Anything's possible, but I mean, you know, I feel I'm in my comfort zone when I'm rhyming. As far as like my experience or my education in terms of life, I would say my education is very broad because I've lived so many different places. I was born in Jamaica in the West Indies.
I was raised in St. Thomas, the Virgin Islands.
Oh, okay, cool. So that's dope. So where I got Richmond, and then I moved here when I was 13 and lived in the Bronx for a minute. Yeah.
Wow.
So a lot in common, right? And then I lived in the Bronx for a quick minute. We moved to Washington D.C. Lived in Miami. I lived in England for a year with my mother because that's where she's from. I lived in Atlanta and I lived in Jersey.
Wow. Why so many different?
Because my mom, she had a job with a company called RTC, and it was a company that was put in place to deal with people with low-income housing.
Okay.
So there's low-income housing all over the country.
Exactly.
So what happened was at the end of every year, she was getting a bonus, like packing up, leaving, and going to the next area. And a lot of people weren't really willing to do that. You know, a lot of people that worked in her offices, they weren't willing to do that. You know, their kids were going to school. They was like, we're going to stay here until our kids graduate from elementary, and then we'll move. She used to take the bonus at the end of every year, you know?
So didn't that affect you? You know, you moved to one place, you had
definitely
friends,
me.
And then, I mean...
I never had any friends. I was in the cycle where every area that I moved to, I ended up being like the guy never really got into a neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? I never really... I never played. When I came here from Jamaica, I played soccer.
Right.
And we're there, we call it football.
Right.
And, you know, at school there wasn't a soccer team, so I played for a boys club.
Okay.
And we went to the championship twice.
Yeah,
for mine, I used to play left wing.
All right.
I used to do my thing, but then as time went on, you know, the schools didn't have soccer.
Okay.
So, and I never learned how to play basketball. Never learned how to play football with the pigskin.
Okay.
So it was never my thing.
I
went to varsity and junior varsity. I used to just always be that person, you know what I mean, that had like that journal writing something in it, you know, words or something.
Right.
Yeah. So the one thing that I did get into was breakdancing. When I came here, I got into breakdancing real tough, yo. For real, I got into breakdancing real hard. Like I went out, I got a ghetto blaster. That was one of those radios with the LED lights that used to go back and forth, and I used to just sit there and watch it because it was so pretty. And boom, we used to go in the back of like stores like Toys R Us or Sears and go in the garbage cans in the back of those stores and take out the boxes that they used to put TVs in, and we split the boxes wide open and pop on the boxes. That's where we could do backspins and stuff. So I'd do like a backspin, go to a windmill, and then go into a scorpion and freeze.
Word.
Yeah.
You gonna bust some moves tonight at your party?
Nah, I probably, that was
Come
like...
on.
Nah, that was like 10 years ago, man.
I'm saying...
And then I went from breakdancing to beatboxing. And then I went from beatboxing to rhyming.
Okay.
So the only elements of hip-hop that I didn't pick up was DJing and graffiti.
Do you think you're gonna ever like dabble in those fields?
Nah. See, the reason I didn't get into DJing was because I couldn't afford the equipment.
Right.
Like, you know, in order to get a pair of Tech 12s, it was expensive back. It's expensive now. It's expensive back then. So really, it was the rich kids that used to DJ. Like, when I was rhyming, all my DJs was white.
Right.
Because they could afford the equipment. Their parents could afford that shit. You know what I mean? And it was the black kids. It was because, like, you know, they older brothers hustled or something. You know what I'm saying?
So what about the graffiti part?
Graffiti, I never got into graffiti because that shit cost money too. Them cans of paint cost paper, baby. You know what I'm saying?
You never like tagged up little like, you know.
I mean, I used to tag like, you know, simple
What was your tag
back in the day. My tag it was just Smooth G.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me see. Do you ever check out the forums at Cannabis Central?
Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes I check that out. Cannabis Central is ran by this kid, comes from Australia. I brought him over here on actually he came over here, and when he came over here we hung out for a minute. He's from Australia. He brought his father over. We did the online hip-hop awards in '98.
No doubt. Okay, so do you realize that the Four Horsemen all consistently have albums where critics complain about the beats?
You know what? I've thought about that. This is the first time that somebody else has brought it to my attention. But I mean, what I can say is we're all like lyricists,
right?
You know, and we all care about the rhyme primarily. We all care about the rhymes first. The beats are secondary to us. So what I want to do, the same way that I created 2000 BC. I want to work with the Horsemen the same way. Like, I want to bring producers in that know what they're doing, and then we pretty much, like, allow them to help us, you know, with the beats. Like, yo, like, tell me what you feel me on. Like, that's why I just say to a producer, like, what beats do you feel me on? And he'd be like, yo, I feel you on this. I listen to it. I'll be like, all right, let's do it. Let's rock with it.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's cool, definitely. I mean, if we was in another world where it was all about lyrics, people will probably be complaining about the other artists out here that are selling millions of albums, you know what I'm saying? And then they be saying, yo, man, like, yo, it's all about lyrics, you know?
There's always
the game might go there in a couple years. Who knows?
You think so?
I'm saying, I don't know. This rap game is funny. There's always something different out there, you know? 1 minute it's cool to wear a backpack, you know what I'm saying, and smoke weed, and then the next minute, you know, you can smoke weed, but you can't let nobody know, and definitely don't be wearing a backpack, you know what I'm saying? Hip-hop is funny, man.
So,
1 minute it's cool to wear cross colors, and then all of a sudden, yo, man, like, if you walk around and you wearing more than 3 different colors, like, you look like a clown.
Yeah, you speaking from experience?
Yeah, I mean, I went in and out. I went in and out of the fads. I mean, I'm Jamaican, so cross colors used to be my favorite shit. That red, gold, and green shit. I used to rock shit like that to death. You know what I mean? The kente cloth shit. I used to kill that.
Yeah, I thought I was the Asian Madonna, so you know, it's all good. So this person says he hears you don't really freestyle. Is that all? Is it all pre-written? Is that true?
Freestyling to me is I define freestyle differently from the way the masses define it.
Okay.
Freestyle to the masses is you just sitting there and you just rhyme about, you know,
whatever you're seeing,
what's going on right here in the moment.
Right.
Like, to me, I rhyme. I'm a professional, which means that just to sit here and randomly rhyme about what's going on is stupid to me.
Okay.
That doesn't. There's nothing. I'm not gaining anything from it. I'm not enlightening anybody. There's nothing going on. But freestyle to me is you write, but you have no parameters, and you're writing about whatever the fuck you feel like saying.
Exactly.
That's freestyle.
Okay.
Now, as far as somebody that go into the studio and they don't write and they just get there and then they just put lyrics on a beat, like, how do you call yourself a professional? You know what I'm saying? If all you do is smoke weed and then just put a rhyme on that, like, that's crazy. Like, that's so random that, you know, you can't be serious. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're not gonna gain any ground. You're just spinning tires, man.
Right. Okay. So let's see. The source hasn't really noticed your skill. What do you think?
And are always like telling me, yo, man, yo, Canibus, we love you, whatever. But the editors, the ones that get all of the ones that get the write-ups are the ones that don't like me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's ironic. You know what I mean? It's like you know, I'll read the source, and in the beginning, like, to be the letter area where letters come in.
Right.
Like, even the letters that they post, like, they'll post like 4 or 5 letters where somebody from different places is shitting on me.
Right.
When I know that, like, that's not really the way it is.
Like more with positive.
Yeah, it's like, why can't you write, you know what I'm saying, like 2 letters where people are giving me props and 2 letters where somebody's mad? Like, why do you have to write all of the letters where somebody's mad? They try to paint a picture at times, and I'm not going to blame it on everybody up there, because there are people up there that I'm in contact with on a regular basis, and they love me.
Okay, so why did the source rate the bootleg version of the album?
I mean, it wasn't bootleg. It came directly from me to my PR person to the source.
Okay. See, do you have problems with Napster?
Nah, I don't have any problems with it. I feel like anything to make the music bigger is a good thing, because, like, rap music needs to grow. And that's like, a lot of people, they come to me, they say to me, how do you feel about Eminem selling more albums than any rap artist has ever done, and he's white? Like, that shit is dope. You know what I'm saying? Because if he can open up all these doors out there, you know, all he does, and then also he can rhyme. He's not garbage. See, if he was garbage, it would be a different story, but he can rhyme. So to even listen to his rhyme pattern and the way that he flows, that means if somebody can listen to an Eminem rhyme and understand him, then that means that they would have no problem being able to understand somebody like myself, which is cool. So I look at it like all he's doing is expanding the music, and it's the same thing that guy from Napster is doing. He's expanding the music.
Right. You have a really positive attitude. Do you feel this album will be considered a classic?
I don't know. See, one thing that I want people to know, I never suck my own dick, really. Right. You know what I'm saying? I don't do that shit. The reason why is because like you know, I do my music and I'm doing it for them. Right. Like I'm doing it for the people. I know that I'm nice. Mm-hmm. I know that already. That's not something that somebody has to tell me, right, or something that somebody has to, you know, beat into my head. I already know that. Right. The reason that I do the music is I'm doing it because I'm just like that cat on the other side of the fence that just wants to come out and rip a record down, right, and tear a record down. Like when I listen to a record, no matter who's rhyming, I want to hear somebody get on that record and tear it down. Mm-hmm. That's why if Kool G Rap, when he comes out with his new album, I'm gonna go buy it because I want to hear Kool G Rap tear a record down. Right. If there's a record coming out and the guest appearance, one of the artists that I like is featured on the guest appearance, I go get it just to hear the artist that I like. See what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm doing this for the people, man. Right. Doing this for hip hop.
So I mean, where do you see hip hop in 10 years? 20?
I don't know, man. That's not a question that's not even a question that I can answer, even if I wanted to, because I have no idea, man. Hip hop is constantly changing. Right. Like the mass appeal hip hop is constantly changing. The only hip hop that stays the same is the kind that I'm trying to hold down. Okay. So and the kind that I'm trying to hold down is not the kind that gets mainstream light. Right. You know, and I said it once and I always say it. I'm an underground artist that received some mainstream light, not a mainstream artist that failed to be mainstream. Right. And that's where a lot of people get it fucked up. Okay. They look at me and they feel like, damn, Canibus, you should have sold 5 million albums. Right. Why? Why should I have sold 5 million albums? I mean, all the guys that I look up to and I respect and inspire me haven't sold 5 million albums. You see what I'm saying? Right. Now, to the artists that have come out, that have sold all those records, I mean, that's them. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's the machine that they have behind them. Mm-hmm. That's their marketing. That's their promotion. Definitely. You know what I mean? That's the person that they got working in production. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like it means a lot.
So how do you feel about overnight successes like Cash Money Records?
First of all, I happen to know that Cash Money was not an overnight thing. Okay. They had been doing their thing a long time before they even got a record deal. Okay. You know what I'm saying? They had paper before they came out with their music, mm-hmm, and they were selling records before they got a distribution deal with Universal. So, you know, I'm not at all bitter about any of that. I like to see them do their thing. Like, I actually like to Get Your Roll on video. You know what I'm saying? Because the video is cool. You know, they ride around in cars and then the little kid with the little thing. Like, I like the video. The video is cool. And I like to see, like, anytime I turn on the TV and I'm sitting there, I like to see black people smiling. You know what I'm saying? I like to see that. I like to see people, you know what I'm saying, enjoying themselves and having a good time. Whether it's I mean, even on Will Smith's video, Summertime, right, I watch the video because I like the beat, but and Will ain't really saying nothing in the rhyme, but I just like to see people smiling and having a good time, because you don't see that a lot. See what I'm saying?
Yo, I haven't seen you smile this whole interview. What's the deal?
Because like I'm very serious right now. My shit is coming out. I'm kind of nervous.
You're making me nervous. All right. So will the masses ever hear Coconuts?
Well, because you bootlegged it, the masses will probably hear it. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, will I ever put it out? I mean, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I might as well just make a new record.
You know? Okay. So what can you tell us about them? What up with the Navy SEALs?
This portion goes way back. Them was a group that I was involved in years ago, in like 98, like 90, 91. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you know about them, then you probably know what happened. So you know what happened. As far as Navy SEALs, like Navy SEALs was a thing when I was working with Clef, and I'm not working with Clef no more. So Navy SEALs is drowning.
Okay. All right. Okay. Obviously, a girl would like to know, are you romantically involved with anybody? Or one from each state, or what's the deal?
Well, I mean, you know me, like...
He's got no rings on, girls.
I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm a cool, copacetic guy, you know what I mean? I don't... My music, I don't shit on women, you know what I'm saying? Okay. But at the same time, I don't talk about how I'm fucking everything moving either, you know what I'm saying? I really just, I keep it, you know, that's like my life off screen, you know what I mean? I don't put my life like in the limelight because, you know, I rhyme, you know?
Okay.
So, I mean, am I involved with anybody? I mean, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm always involved with somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because, yeah, I got to get mine. You know, I'm always involved with somebody. I am. But I'm not on it like that.
I think they're wondering, like, do you have a wifey? Do you have someone you report?
Yeah, I definitely got, I don't report on anybody. But I do have some things stashed. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I need that because when this is over, you know what I'm saying? Like you need to have somebody stashed.
I hear you. What religion are you?
Religion is funny to me, man, because after traveling and seeing a lot of the things that I've seen, it's hard to accept one religion. You pretty much got to just have your arrangement with your maker. You know what I'm saying? And whoever your maker is, you know, however you decide to talk to him, you know, you should have an arrangement with your maker. And I feel like I have an arrangement with my maker.
And are you going to share with your fans? I think that's what they want to know.
I mean, I'm very much into technology, man, and technology has a lot to do with spirituality, and you know, that's how I see it, man. Like I'm very much into like when a rocket goes up and NASA says, yeah, we just sent a rocket up or whatever, and we got our little rover on Mars and we're trying to see stuff. Like I always log on because I want to see what's going on and see what happened, because you know the only way to find out about our history is to explore. And that's pretty much where I'm at with it. I like to explore. I sit there, I watch the Discovery Channel, you know what I mean? And I watch it like that because I don't know. So I'm not going to sit here and say that Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior because I don't even know what the fuck Jesus looks like. You understand what I'm saying? And I can't make a decision based off of the tools that I've been given.
Okay. Someone has a question here. He wants to know what you think about whites and hip-hop.
Yo, hip-hop, I think that a lot of people get it twisted.
Yeah.
Hip hop is whatever, like hip hop can be anything.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Hip hop can be white, hip hop can be black, hip hop can be Asian, hip hop can be all of them wrapped up into one.
Right.
I was born in Jamaica.
Okay.
When I came over here, I used to chant and chat like reggae style.
Right.
So the reason that I switched over wasn't because I felt like Jamaica reggae music was less superior to rap music. It was just because I liked the way that rappers came across, and I felt like I could make more of an impact rhyming than I could doing reggae.
Right. So back to the Japan thing. I mean, do you have plans on going international?
I would definitely be there this year. I never got a chance to go, but I will be there this year.
Yeah.
I know that you know, they listen to my music out there, and I know that they understand what the fuck I'm saying because they're always in school. You know what I'm saying? So I would definitely be there. I would definitely be there. Well, they are though. I mean, their year, from what I understand, starts. The holiday is in April.
Yeah, I studied there. They have
and it's like a month. What is it?
They have like about a month off, and they also go to school on Saturdays.
So there it is. They probably understand every fucking word that comes out of my mouth. So I would definitely be there. I would do shows, radio, mixtapes, blend tapes, hang out with the b-boys, whatever, yo.
Yeah. Are there any other countries that you want to hit?
I love the UK. You know what I'm saying? Over there in the UK, like the whole UK, I get a lot of love from the UK. Canada, I love Canada.
Anna, West Indian, you must go.
Well, I wanted to make Carnival and all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like
Trinidad, but the Jigga was doing a video down there, and I didn't feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like.
Well, I guess like
you know what I'm saying?
Like,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like exactly. It can't be commercial in the sense that they're advertising everywhere, and then you got the people who are going to Carnival and are not even from there. I want to celebrate with the people from the region, and we can all get it on.
I hear you. All right, someone wants you to bust a freestyle.
Freestyle online would be difficult because I'm not typing it, and I never freestyle online before.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not gonna do that now. You can check out Cannibus.com
plug.
in the next the next coming, the next coming weeks, I will have like things up where I will be engaging in, live freestyling. You know what I'm saying? Me and the Horsemen.
All right. Do you have any advice for upcoming MCs?
Patience is your biggest virtue. And don't ever walk up to somebody and be like, yo, man, I rhyme too, and I want to rhyme for you because I want to see what you think. Wrong. If you nice and you know you're nice, then you don't need nobody to tell you that you're nice. Just keep working, intern for a label, trying to get your foot in the door somehow instead of just sitting home and sending demo tapes. And if you live in like one of those areas where there are no record labels, as a matter of fact, let me put it to you like this. If you don't live in New York and you don't live in LA or Cali or anywhere close, get the fuck up and move there. You know what I'm saying? To get your deal. You know, because if that's what you want, you got to chase your dream. In the wild, leopards don't sit there and wait for the food to come to them. They got to get up and they got to chase it. And that's how it is in this game,
Okay, well, someone wants to know when your next album's dropping. Are you already making?
2000 BC drops on July 18th. It drops in a couple hours. As far as the album after that, it's going to be a lot easier for me this time because, I've met with a lot of producers that I couldn't get on this album that I will have on the next album.
Okay.
But, it's going to be a lot easier now for me to record an album because it's just straight snap.
Okay.
I know what studio I'm going to record it at. You know what I mean? Like, all of that stuff is already laid down. So I want to drop another album before the year's up.
Wow.
For real. Horseman album, I don't know when it'll be dropping.
Okay.
It hasn't been picked up by a label.
Okay.
I don't really want it to get picked up by a label. I'm not really looking for a label to pick it up. But it's indirect, like how our methods of, distribution is going to go with the project. But I am starting the project in the next 6 weeks.
Oh, okay. No time to rest, huh? All right. So, we would like to thank you for joining us tonight. Is there anything you want to let your fans know?
I want to let my fans know that I love them. I do this for y'all. I will continue to keep the rhymes coming. I will continue to keep the rhymes sharp. And, I do this for y'all, man. And I'll see y'all when I come to your area performing, or I'll definitely see you, because I'm going to be out here on the road. I'm going to do like 3 shows a weekend.
Okay.
I'm going to pound the pavement. I'm going to see them.
Okay, so any offhands, like, do you know anything offhand of where you're going to be at in the next couple weeks?
At this point in time, I just know I keep it like, I keep myself probably like I have like a 12-hour buffer.
Okay.
So I know what I'm going to do for the next 12 hours. Like I know I'm going to be,
right.
I'm going to know, when I leave here, I got to go on DJ Clue tonight.
Okay.
Monday night mixtape. I'm going to be there. I know that I'm going to do the album release party tonight. I know I'm going to get pissy drunk.